we do try and monitor our what our kids watch and what they are seeing. But when you put them on a video of a kid's TV show that is supposed to be 100% safe, and you look, who's actually going to sit there and watch it with them? Like, yes, some parents are very interested in what Bob the Builder's doing, and they can't wait for the next episode. But not all of them are quite there. Okay?
Or Peppa Pig.
Or Peppa Pig, which is one of the ones that has been used, where it has been cut through to show this video halfway through. You're not... Yes, you do monitor what your kids are watching, but that is a show that you are expecting to be safe. It'd be just like if you were watching it on the television itself, on cable network or satellite. It is supposed to be the same thing. These are supposed to be safe sites and safe videos that these kids are watching. We can't keep blaming the parents. We have to actually go after the person who made this happen.
Why do they do this? What's the payoff for disrupting children like this?
Psychotic happiness.
Recognition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look what I did. Look what I did.
Like, Francie, I don't know if you know about this, but like, so a few months ago, a year ago maybe, there was a group called Anonymous who was hacking every major company, like every video game company, all them like Xbox and PlayStation. They all got hacked to the point where when you were in the middle of playing a game, it would shut down and everything's gone.
Oh.
The games no longer worked. It was a major disruption for these companies. But these hackers didn't actually get anything out of it other than, look what we did.
Yeah.
And I think in some cases it was notoriety. You know, I'm the hacker that did blah. And, you know, when you look at it from the monetary side of it, you did this and you caused fear and terror. You know, looking at it from the Homeland Security aspect, you can go to a terrorist organization and say, yeah, you guys want to inflict some kind of panic. I'm the one who did this. You know, looking at I'm just looking, I'm probably reading into it too much, but that's what I look at when I see things like that.
Yeah, it's their cred.
Yeah.
And look how many people, you know, that's a sociopath. Look how many people I caused to commit suicide. Because isn't it the same one that tells kids to drink bleach, Cole?
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Geez.
Yeah, this.
So there's ones that tell you just to like do challenges of drinking bleach and different other cleaners in your house. There is a full set of things that tell you to. It's a full challenge where over a certain amount of days you cut yourself in inconspicuous places, and you're actually supposed to take a picture of it with the device that you're on and send it in the comment section of the YouTube video.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a sociopath creating this. And again, it comes down to cred. And look how many kids I've damaged is what it really boils down to. And, you know, these are things that parents may not be aware of, and if their kids are talking about something horrific, it's not always paranormal. It could be something they saw on YouTube, like this.
Yep.
You know, and again, things parents need to communicate with their kids is a big part of it. And
absolutely. I'm not saying they shouldn't. I'm just saying, like, there's a lot of people on Facebook right now or different social media sites that are saying, pay attention to your kids. Well, that's not the whole issue. The parents shouldn't have to pay attention to what their kids are watching when they're putting on Peppa Pig.
No.
Okay? They should be able to trust that.
Yeah.
The fact that whoever this person is able to do this in the first place and feels like he can get away with it, he or she can get away with it, sorry. That attitude is what we need to correct.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it's kind of hard. I would say hold YouTube responsible, but at the same time, this is a hacker, so YouTube is probably not even aware of it. And it pops up in very innocent places. Like you said, Peppa Pig, Bob the Builder. You know, places a 5-year-old is going to be watching, you're not going to suspect.
Well, okay, hold on. It's not Bob the Builder, probably. Bob the Builder's been over for a while, because I was paying attention to that one. I was one of those parents.
You were learning.
True confessions.
Just so you know, we can do it. I checked.
Oh, okay.
Well, I have to tell you, even I'm going to age myself, but when I was 5, and it was the end of the 60s, there used to be a soap opera on called Dark Shadows, and it had to do with vampires and a hand and I don't know, werewolf and whatever else. And that really affected me watching it, but I watched it with my older sisters. But this is before internet and everything else. And that affected me to the point of where when I went to bed at night, I had to wrap my head in a blanket because I didn't want the vampire to bite me. TV, radio, any of that has a really big effect on our kids. This was in the 60s, for goodness sake. I used to run to my bed and yell for my mom to shut the light off because I had to have all the blankets tucked underneath me. I had to make sure nothing was under my bed. Yeah, it is pretty scary stuff.
That was a creepy show.
It was, and my sisters let me watch it with them. But I was the one that got tormented from the sisters all the time.
So who remembers in the early 70s, I can't remember what cartoon it was. It wasn't really a cartoon. It was a kid show, though. And it was kind of like a female Robin Hood. And she would swing across on a tire swing.
Oh, my gosh.
So when I was 3, I was born with 20/20 vision. And when I was 3, I still remember this to this day. But apparently I had a fever of 105, and it burnt the optic nerve in the back of my eyes to where I have glasses today. But I remember this hallucination, and I was in my bed, and I could see that character. I can't remember her name. I can't remember the TV show it was. But she was swinging across my bedroom floor across crocodiles. And I got rushed to the emergency room. I was 3. And, obviously they had to treat my fever, and I wear glasses. But I remember that still now at the age of 50. So, was it paranormal? Probably not. I was very sickly as a child, so that was more of a physical illness deal. But, hallucinations.
Yeah.
But yeah, talking about what your kids watch on TV. It wasn't the TV show that horrified me, but it was a part of that hallucination at the age of 3. Now, Michael.
Well, kids don't differentiate between what's real and what is on television at that age. They don't know that it's separate, that it's different.
Mm-hmm.
So, you really want to make sure that you're not watching some war movie or, lots of violence or whatever.
So at what age do you think is appropriate? How do you stair step what kids watch by age? And I know it has to do with emotion, it has to do with emotional development and whatnot. Each child,
and
is
that's
different.
going to be that's going to be individual. from 7 to 11, kids start thinking in linear sequence, and they get more logical, and then they can think, if I do this, then this will happen. And before that, it's kids think in symbols. They have trouble, like, taking themselves out of themselves and putting themselves in another person's situation, like empathy. Mm-hmm. So I would say, honestly, before 7, I think 7 is the magic age when kids start being able to deal with that kind of stuff. But trauma affects young brains way differently than it does older brains. We send, adolescents basically to war, and adolescent brains are the most easily traumatized. You don't get past that until about age 28. So we really should be sending 28-year-olds and up to war because they would handle the trauma better.
Yeah, that explains a lot. I was 23 in Somalia.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
I mean, you're right. They're very impressionable, and we don't realize how much.
Right. And so basically the traumas are harder to forget at the younger ages.
It does. It has more impact.
Mm.
I think we as parents also, you got to find a way to explain things to your child that mm-hmm. not only will help them develop that idea that every action has a complete and opposite reaction, and every action mm-hmm. has a consequence, but the fact that, like, not everything in this world is what it seems. So, like, the way we did it was at the age of 6, I believe, my son John started asking us, because his favorite superhero was Spider-Man. Is Spider-Man real? If we go to New York, will we see him? And we used the same idea that the actual comic genre, like the comic company that created Spider-Man uses, is the fact that we're not the only universe in this life. We're a part of a multiverse. And he is not really in our universe, but he is in his own universe where there is everything like us, but Spider-Man is in that one.
That's good.
Yeah. Be upside
and
down.
We use that with everything. So, like, anytime they ask, is this real? Well, it's not here. But it might be in another universe. We're not sure. We've never been there. Maybe one day we'll know.
Right.
So it doesn't set in stone that, yes, it's real, no, it's not real, but it does set in stone that, hey, it could be. There are possibilities beyond our understanding yet.
It doesn't squelch the imagination.
That's right. It keeps their mind open to the possibility of anything is possible,
mm-hmm.
but you're safe because it's not real here.
Oh, wait. We've got to give a real quick shout-out. We have to give a couple of shout-outs, actually, real quick. Seth, he said his son has finally crashed. He's able to listen now. And Cole, you forgot to remind me. We have a listener in Vietnam. And I just wanted to give a real quick shout-out to our listener in Vietnam. I think that's awesome. We're actually going to countries that I never imagined we'd go to.
How exciting.
It is.
And I hope Bobby's still listening. Hey, Bobby.
Of course he is. So, Michael, you're quiet over there.
Yeah, I'm here.
So, let's talk about UFOs for a second. How do you think UFOs impact kids?
Oh, my goodness. Has there been a long history